Hi, I'm Chris from Pan Artisan. I'm going to show you how to make a Flammkuche out of a pre-proved dough disc. Taking our dough disc, we place on a semolina sprinkled table. We need to roll this using our pin to produce a rectangle. We need to roll this quite thin, so we may require more flour. I'm using semolina flour on this. That'll give us a bit more extra crunch in the oven. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfectly square, it just has to have the basic shape. So that's perfect for us. So we need to remove the excess flour away from here. We do need a little bit there so it doesn't stick to the table, and we lay our dough back down and it's ready for topping. So I say it can be any shape you like. It can be square, it doesn't have to be round at all. Now, during this process, if you do get a hole in a piece of dough, all you need to do is just pinch it and bang it over, and that will seal the hole. So here's our round of dough. We take a pastry docker and we roll this over the dough. You can use a fork if you don't have one of these. The whole idea of this is to let all the gas from the yeast out, because this is supposed to be really crisp and thin. So that's perfect. That will stop the yeast rising and us getting big bubbles across the dough. We then take our creme fraiche in this instance and we spread that over the surface of our dough, leaving about a thumb's width from the edge. Now, Flammkuche started in France. It was also in Germany, and it was used to test the temperature of a stone wood-fired oven before the owner used it. That's its origin. And this is what they used to make, and Flammkuche means flame cake. So, next we take our mozzarella cheese and we sprinkle that over the surface. Now, the creme fraiche acts as the glue to hold our cheese on the top, so we can just keep moving the cheese out. Too much cheese doesn't make a good product, so liberally spread is very good. There we have it. So you can top out with all different flavours of ingredients, but today I'm going to use some lardons and some caramelised onion. So we take our lardons, which have been pre-cooked, so they're nice and crispy already, and we spread them over the surface of our base. Then take some onions and again spread those over the top of the product. The next stage is to get this into our oven, and we do that using a pizza paddle. The one I've got here is a wider paddle. They come in various different shapes and sizes, but if you wanted to make this, you don't have to make it this size, you would just half your dough ball. So you don't have to make the same size. So we slide this onto our pizza paddle and we're ready to take the product over to the oven. So we carefully slide this into the oven, onto the stone like so, and there's our Flammkuche. This will take roughly about 5 minutes to cook at a temperature of round about 310, 320 degrees Celsius. Our Flammkuche is now ready. in the oven. It's lovely and crisp around the edge. It's a really thin product. You can serve it as it is, or you can finish with some condiments, and now we just cut. It's so crisp you can hear that crunch. And there is our Flammkuche. How many things can you make from a dough ball?